place before. Left the sun and moon behind. Galaxies waiting to be found. Planets rich in resources. Battles to be fought. Treasures unknown. A universe you wouldn't believe.
shown so far, we're very much going for that kind of sci-fi book cover aesthetic, that kind of 70s golden age of sci-fi for me. And it's a game where you kind of aren't limited, so you can be stood on a planet and see like a mountain in the horizon and go there and climb that mountain.
Yeah.
And then from that mountain you can see like a planet hanging on the horizon, and that's, to me, like it's a real place. You can get in your ship and you can fly there, and on your way, and this is kind of what we were trying to show, is that on your way, if you like look up at the night sky as you're out in space, then the stars in the sky, all of them are real places too, and they're casting their light to you.
How's
and
that
you
possible? It sounds like you're just lying to me right now in front of all these people here gathered in the Twitch chat, which is just, there's so many emoticons. I like can't pay attention
the
to
Twitch
this.
chat is really funny.
Yeah. Hi Twitch chat. That's amazing, dude. Wait, the ambition of this project makes me think that you're just
you
like,
picture it being at one scale, and then you realize that it's just so much bigger than that. Nah. Just the possibilities within that are really exciting for me.
So I'm curious, honest question. Have you ever warped to a new system discovered by Sean from Hello Games? You arrive on the planet, you touch down, and there's just like a small tea party happening on the surface of the planet, and they have like they like all look up and they turn, and you're just like standing there in your spacesuit, and you say hello.
That is a super specific question.
But and so the answer is yes. I would like that. Maybe.
You know, it's alien technology, right? And we wanted to show off, I think, the more alien side of things. Like, it's like we're easing people into No Man's Sky. So when we showed it first, we always showed kind of like fish and things that look like sharks and things that look like deer and dinosaurs, because we wanted to choose planets specifically that had those things, because we wanted people to feel comfortable and understand what the game was. Because actually you can go to some planets and you can be underwater, but it doesn't look like underwater anymore, because the creatures don't look like fish, and water can be made of things other than like water, you know. So that could be confusing for people, and so we tried to stick to things that were more grounded. Slowly we're kind of peeling that back, and we're letting people see a little bit more of the kind of more alien creatures, alien buildings, technologies, things like that that are created. You know, you see that in those kind of weird flying creatures. You know, somebody was asking me what those were, and like the reality is I don't know. They're just a creature.
They're beautiful flying creatures.
Yeah.
I don't think we should label them. I think they should be.
Well, that is genuinely, somebody will find them, and then they will get to label them, and that's kind of cool.
Cool. All right, so I'm still trying to wrap my mind around. One of the things actually that I've heard you mention before, and as you just mentioned earlier, was that you guys, your team kind of suspects that the player populace will work its way towards the center of No Man's Sky. Is there can you talk about how that's directed? I mean, with a game that's so...
You'll want a more upgraded suit, which is what you have down on the planet. You have a weapon with you on the planet, so you'll want to upgrade those things, and those upgrades are generally more towards the center. You can gather resources. Those resources will be worth more at the center. Ships will be more expensive at the center, but they'll be better and more capable, so you're going to need those resources. You're going to need to do things that are more worthwhile, and that naturally drags you on that journey. But you don't have to go on that. That's just kind of, it's just one way to play the game.
One of many ways, it sounds like. I mean, you guys have really put a lot, you put worlds into this game. And I'm assuming your team fully expects people will explore those worlds, perhaps to, you know, on one planet to its entirety.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think we've sort of failed if somebody doesn't boot up the game and just explore the planet that they boot up on.
Like,
you know,
they just leave their ship and they're like, I'm just going to walk the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
What could go
I
wrong?
want to see that Twitch stream where somebody just says, I'm going to walk around this planet, you know, and I think that will be cool. I don't understand that person, but I'm like glad that they exist, you know, and I will probably watch that stream kind of sort of fascinated. Yeah.
And then you'll get back to your cyber chamber and coding the game. Yeah, infinitely. What else do you kind of either hope for or expect from the community once this game is in players' hands?
Like, honestly, sometimes that's the terrifying thing. Like, we don't know how people will play it. I kind of expect, like, spokes to form. That's kind of what I think will happen, that people will start exploring on a route towards the center of the galaxy, and then other people will be drawn towards that route.
Okay.
Because naturally things have been discovered there, so they know more of what they can see and what they can find. So I think that will happen, and some people will go to those, will gravitate to those kind of spokes towards the center, and follow that path. And then other people will kind of have the opposite mentality and think, I just don't want to be where anyone else has been, and I'm kind of an explorer, frontiersman or whatever, and I will go to where there's, you know, where no one's ever been before. That's kind of how I hope it'll happen, but I have no way of knowing. People might decide not to explore at all. Everyone might head to the same spot. I don't know, and that's kind of, I'm cool with that. Like, it's scary, but like that's interesting too.
Okay. Now now let's say No Man's Sky releases at an undisclosed time, and you as a player,
right.
Perfect.
So a little bit of a trader, a little bit of an explorer.
Right.
You know, fights when he has to.
A lot of
thing.
charming.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Any shot first.
That is the part that comes naturally.
That's
obviously.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
and your team on No Man's Sky is very small.
Yeah.
You're a small independent studio. It's in where I forgot, not in
Guildford.
London, right?
It's Guildford, yeah,
Okay.
where everyone is, Media Molecule and Supermassive, and
we know
yeah.
those guys. May I ask what it's like for the team to kind of wrap itself around such an ambitious and core design that, as you kind of say, is...
I don't know. They're right there. They look fine. They're smiling.
They're alive, which is really the best.
So this is a giant sandbox that we're making, a universe-sized sandbox. It's full of choices. Like here, we're at the boundary between two warring factions. I could join in, I could take sides. So that's a tiny glimpse of space combat. Cool. So here we are in an undiscovered solar system. Probably no one's ever been here before. I could do a scan. And when I do, you'll see some points of interest. That red one down there is a beacon. And I've made it so that there's always a beacon near where I warp in just for this. So beacons are where you... Beacons are where you upload discoveries. That's it over there, behind that rock. And this is the planet that we've just found. So this is an alien world that we found together. This is planet E3. And it's not like the prettiest planet. I've seen better, but I've also seen a lot worse. So I could do a scan, and as luck would have it, there's no alien life. But I could show you this. So every planet in every solar system is fully destructible. Those guys are the Sentinels. They protect the planets from explorers like me. Oh. And now I'm underwater. And there's fish. There's a V3 fish. Cool, so now I need to find that beacon. And I can upload those discoveries. So now, when the game is out, and we'll announce a release date soon, I promise. When the game is out, one of you might one day come across this planet. And that's just a little glimpse of No Man's Sky. It's got